folks, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel, whatever the case may be. Sorry I'm a little messy at the moment. But today is day 11 of the Pink and Black event hosted by Kristen from Crafty ishKristyn and Mushmellow from Dark and Creepy Diamond Painting. And let me just see, we are on Biker Check. Hoorah! So, once I'm done this section, I'm going to take a picture and share it with the hosts of the event. Sorry, I've only been awake for a couple of hours. And I just started on my first cup of coffee. It is 1 o'clock in the morning on the 11th. I was going to do more videos yesterday. I was going to do one or two more videos yesterday. Unfortunately, the power went out shortly after, just after 8. Actually, no, I wasn't going to do more videos. Why am I saying that? I was going to go to my dad's. And spend a large chunk of the day there and spend time with the puppy dog and my parents and all that wonderful stuff. But yeah, the power went out shortly after 8. So I was like, well, it's cold. I messaged my dad, do you have power? He's like, nope. I'm like, oh, okay, darn it. Come to find out later that it was due to a motor vehicle accident that wiped out the power for a whole bunch of places. And I'm like, well, I'm cold. I didn't want to get, I was in my PJs. And I'm like, I don't want to get dressed so I'm warm. I'm going to go back to bed. So I did. I went back to bed. Just a second. Coffee. Nice. Nicey nice. So, I went back to bed. And then about between 1:30 and 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I got up and I made myself some tea. Made myself something to eat. Made myself some tea. We still no power, but propane stove. Hoo, yeah. So I fried up some eggs, and then I took some water from my water dispenser, poured it into my kettle, put that on the stove, boiled water, made myself a cup of tea. When I finished that cup of tea, I made myself some more tea, and then after a while, I had some of those. I got those a box of those oatmeal packets. Not a big fan of them, because I just haven't been a big fan of them for a number of years. But I got them in case of emergencies, and so yeah, I had some of that. Oh my goodness, getting drills everywhere. So yeah, then the power came back on shortly after 4. Unfortunately, of course, this all meant that I didn't go to my dad's. I missed Jill's live stream from Diamond Painting with the Edwards family. So I'm going to watch that later. Yeah, every time I sleep during the day, my watch later list on YouTube grows. I am working on getting caught up with videos. Certain videos, I put them on like 1.25 times. But that's like for depositions and legal videos, not diamond painting videos. I'm just going to add a little bit more putty to the tip of this. This sometimes happens where the putty is still good, it's just all shoved in there, and it's just not able to do its job. So I've had to kind of retire my Tweezerman tweezers, because the tips, yeah, you probably can't see, but the tips are bending outwards a little bit, just enough so that the tips don't touch, so I can't use them for for picking things up. So now I'm using the murder tweezers, and these work amazingly well for picking up ABs, replacing ABs. Way better than my Adson pickups. Yeah. So, oh, goodness. Yeah. Still not liking the stick of this canvas. And it's only a major problem when I have fresh putty in the tip. And I keep forgetting that. So, yeah, I haven't been up for very long. I did, oh yeah, before the power came back on, I did, I actually started a new canvas. I started working on a new canvas. So I heard that Diamond Grandma is hosting an event for February, a butterfly event, and it just so happens that when I finished Cousin Bob and I kitted him down, I then ended up kitting up this other one that I named Butterfly Lady. And so when I found out that Diamond Grandma's doing a butterfly event, it's like, oh my god, how perfect is that? It's like, what a coinky dink. Yeah, so I'm gonna wait a couple of weeks and then start working on that for February's event. But if you remember, I did a kit up video for Dreamcatcher Wolf, and I spoke to my friend, and she said that yes, I can definitely keep that one, because I thought that would be a perfect gift for my daughter, Wolfie, because, well, the wolf is her, I guess you could say, totem animal, her animal spirit animal, her spirit animal. Yeah. So, yeah, she actually has, she's got this gift that she got from her father. It's like a spiritual ability to, I know a lot of, there's going to be some skeptics, but, she travels in her dreams in the shape of a wolf. Yeah. And, yeah. She gets that from her father. because he travels. He travels in his dreams. He once, we we had this friend. Well, he's still friends with her as far as I know. But she lives in the UK, and she had never shown she had never shown us. She spent. She suffers from agoraphobia, and so she when he first met her, she was bedridden, recovering from a lot of health issues. And this was back in like 2015, 2016, in 2016, that's right. He met her son online first, and then her son introduced the two of them to each other through a video game, through playing GTA, and they've been like really good friends ever since. I met her, and she and I got along great too, but she was always closer to my ex than to me. They would fight, they'd argue, and they'd block each other for a while, and then they would reconnect, and yeah, almost like siblings. But anyways, before she had ever gone like on video, done a video chat with us, he traveled in his dreams to her place, and saw, like, actually, like, spiritually saw her place. And the next day he was describing it to her on they were chatting, and he was describing the place to her, and she's like, oh my god, yeah, that's my place. Yeah, he described her place to a T. And then she went on camera and showed both of us her place. And yeah, he was right down to what was beside, like, what was on the nightstand beside her bed. There was another time where they were chatting and playing GTA, and then he's got a very unusual sense of smell. It comes and goes. But this one particular time, yeah, they were gaming, and he's like, all of a sudden, he says, all of a sudden, I can smell this. And she's like, really? Because I just reached across my bed to grab I reached over to grab something from her nightstand, and she reached past something that smelled like that. Yeah, like, isn't this just, it's uncanny. She had hand lotion that had a certain smell to it, and he's like, oh, I can smell this. And she's like, that's my hand lotion. And it's just, yeah, she'd actually go on camera and show us her hand lotion, like, was this particular type of hand lotion. And it's like, just, yeah, uncanny. He has had dreams where where he's like a soldier in the war, like when the U.S. soldiers and Canadian soldiers, I think they were Canadian soldiers in Afghanistan. Anyways, yeah, he was having like vivid dreams of actually being a soldier in Afghanistan and going through experiencing the stuff that the soldiers were doing in Afghanistan. And it's just his descriptions are like, and he can like smell like the air around him. Sorry, I heard a noise. And any of you that saw my video, yesterday's video, knows there's absolutely no reason for any noises in my place. Because, yeah, my cat is gone. No more cat. I will one day get another one. Preferably a cat and not a kitten, because I don't really have the energy for a kitten. But if I end up with a kitten, then I end up with a kitten. But anyways, yeah, he's a very unusual individual in those regards. Yeah, we have not been a couple for almost 2 years, but the last year, that we were pretty much just roommates. Yeah, and eventually, like, we hadn't even really lived in the same room for 2 years, almost 2 years up to that point. Because, like, really, there wasn't really any room for me in the bedroom. It was like the majority of the stuff in there was his stuff. And I spent a lot of time sleeping out in the living room, because with me sleeping in the living room, we ended up with, because I started sleeping in the living room because we had people, one of the guys that lived upstairs, the younger guy, he would have he'd let people like sleep over in the living room, like they'd crash in the living room on one of the couches for a few hours. And, well, we ended up getting rid of the couches that were in the living room because, well, they were really, really gross. Really gross. And we needed the room for our stuff, to get our stuff out of storage. Well, we had things go missing. So I started sleeping in the living room, because with me being in the living room, even though I'm not a very big person, like I'm not very tall, nobody messed with me, because they knew that if they messed with me, they'd end up having to deal with him. And, well, he's a big guy, a very big guy with a very short fuse. And so yeah, they plus there was nowhere for them to sleep in the living room, because we had gotten rid of the couches. So and you're probably wondering, well, if there was no couch, where did you sleep? Well, I slept on the floor. I slept in the corner on the floor. I cleared a spot on the floor in the corner, and had some blankets down, and I had it all set up with my laptop and a fan, and yeah, I'd lay there and sleep, and Peaches would sleep there with me. Yeah. He preferred sleeping with me rather than sleeping with my ex. Especially considering the fact that my ex had a tendency of keeping the bedroom door closed, so Peaches couldn't. It made it more difficult for Peaches to come and go from the bedroom. And, well, yeah, like when I was home, when I wasn't home, Peaches would pester him for company. When I was home, yeah, Peaches was with me. Because, yeah, he was my cat. Very, very close, affectionate, loving, wonderful cat. And, this is not going to be enough of this color, so add some more. Yeah, for those of you that saw the kit up, all 4 of these are the same color. And that is black. Yeah, so, what else should I talk about? So tomorrow, I'm going to go to my dad's. Oh, I did get a notification from Temu. My latest order has been, they've finished packing it, and it has been shipped out. And that one's got the 4 cross-stitch kits. Yay! I'm excited. Still no updates on my other package, the one that Straight Ship is, that Straight Ship tried to deliver earlier in the week on Monday. So I don't know. I guess they're waiting for another package, I guess, to arrive for this town before they try and deliver it again. At least that's my determining as to what's going on, because why waste the gas to deliver one package? When there's no guarantees that, oh my goodness. I had a little piece of trash and it just disappeared. Unless it's this piece. Oh, nope, there it is. Found it. But I also noticed there is something there, so. Oh yeah. I think I distracted myself. I had mentioned that I was working on the Dreamcatcher Wolf. Well, while the power was out, after I got up from my nap this afternoon, I guess I should say yesterday afternoon, when I got up from my nap, there was enough light coming in. I opened up the blinds and there was enough light coming in that I ended up doing a section by natural light. I haven't looked at it to closely scrutinize my work yet, but I will, and do any cleaning up and fixing, what have you, if it needs it. But I only did the one section, one square, and yeah, I ended up watching a few episodes of Night Court. Because, well, the data, my phone, the battery died on my main phone, and I was using it as a Wi-Fi hotspot for my other phone and my laptop, apparently. Because yeah, I had music playing, I had Spotify playing, and it when my phone died and shut off, well, music stopped playing. So I it's like, well, what can I do without Wi-Fi? Oh, there's still a bit of battery life left on my laptop. Alright, well, it's already queued up for Night Court, so I watched a few episodes of Night Court. And then the power came back on. I was like, yay, power! I can plug my laptop. Well, that's always plugged in. I can plug in my phone and charge the battery, and not only did my space heaters turn on, but the furnace kicked in because it was like 9 degrees Celsius in here. So yeah, I was very warm. Well, I was very cold. I mean, it was very cold in here. It's nice and warm now. Yeah. But I did end up getting tired and just going back to bed. And I know I gotta get a bunch of stuff done. I did get a little bit of dishes done while I was making coffee before hopping on here to do a video for you guys. So yeah, Kate. Oh. So yeah, I initially thought that the power outage was due to snow, because it sounded like there was a truck outside. Well, there was a truck outside, and it was driving around a lot, so it sounded like they were plowing the parking area right outside my place. But when I talked to my dad on the phone, he's like, oh, well, yeah, there's only a couple inches. It's like, oh, okay. Well, I didn't look outside, so I had to take his word for it. When I finally did look outside, yeah, sure enough, there was only about an inch and a half on the fence, on the privacy fence. So yeah, we actually didn't have that much snow. But there was enough of an accumulation of snow on my roof at the front that the angled part of the fifth wheel over the head of my bed is sloped just enough so when there's a certain amount of snow, it just slides off and you can hear it. So that's why and I could hear that, obviously, and that's why I assumed that there was more snow than there actually was. Yeah, but yeah, I doubt it's gonna last, because yeah, every time it's snowed so far this winter, it lasts like 2 or 3 days and then it's gone, which is like really, really strange. I'm still not used to the mild winters that we've been having the last few years. The first mild winter that I remember was we were living in the hotel, um, 2020, 2021. And then just before spring in 2021 is when we moved from the hotel into that house. And yeah, moved into that house in March. Yeah, it's I think it's interesting. Like we moved from like middle of nowhere into the basement suite of this in the city in March of 2020, and then we moved into the house in March 2021, and then I moved to my dad's March 2024. And also March of 2024 is when I started doing videos on my channel, my YouTube channel. Yeah. So, coming up on my 1 year anniversary soon. Yeah, I it's just one of the ways that I remember certain things. Like my daughter, my oldest daughter, Wolfie, she was 9 when her sister was born. So that's how I remember her sister's age. But even then, I still have a tendency of forgetting. My son, I always forget his age. And I have never forgotten his birthday. I just haven't been able to like celebrate his birthday with him. I haven't been able to celebrate my younger daughter's birthday with her, or Christmas, or any special occasion with either of them. Because my cousin won't keep in touch. He won't. He's even stopped keeping in touch with my dad. My dad, my dad stopped reaching out. I asked him if he could reach out a while back, and he's like, well, why don't you? And it's like, well, because they don't message me back. They don't respond to me when I reach out to them. Sorry, I needed that. Oof. Because my coffee is cooling down too much. So I know I'm going to be saving money without having to buy cat food for a while. So I told my boyfriend that he should, the next time he comes over to visit, he can take the cat food and cat treats with him. I gotta clean the litter box out give it a good scrub, and then put it away in storage. I'll store it outside in one of the storage compartments outside. I don't know what I'm going to do with all the sawdust that I still have, but figure something out. Maybe take it down to the farm. And yeah, we'll see. We'll figure something out. And then I can clean those totes out, and because I won't need them anymore. Because, yeah, I'm quite certain the reason why I was going through, yeah, quite certain the reason why I had to switch to sawdust was because of Peaches having diabetes, because he was peeing a lot, and so I was cleaning the litter box a lot. And yeah, he was just going through cat litter like crazy. A bag of cat litter that should have lasted like a month, he'd go through it in like a week and a half tops. So so now I don't have to worry about that. I do have to pay the Humane Society back, and I will, of course. But yeah, I got a lot of cleaning to do in here, because there's sawdust everywhere. Because of course he'd pick it up on his paws, and yeah, so I got a lot of vacuuming to do. Thankfully, I've got a good vacuum. Thanks to my parents, they gave me their vacuum, because they got a new vacuum cleaner. So oh goodness, I am finding myself, I catch myself, like, I'm so used to him sleeping by my feet, and I have a tendency of elevating my feet by propping my feet up on there's a bar across the bottom underside of the table, and I'll prop my feet up on that, and then I'll go to set my feet down, and I'm like very, very careful to make sure that I don't accidentally kick Peaches, and I'm still doing that. Yeah, because, well, it's still pretty new, still pretty fresh. Yeah, and here come the tears, just a little bit. Yeah, I know I'm gonna be like this for a while. Oh, it's gonna be so strange. It's already strange. I think it's almost like it hasn't fully sunk in yet that he's not coming back. That there are times when it seems like he's just in the other room, and in this place there's not that much for like the other room. Because yeah, he would do that a lot. Be in the other room, sleeping on the bed. And then in the last couple of days, it was sleeping in the bathtub, so I would have to have the bathroom door left open, which of course blocks the doorway to the bedroom. So then the bedroom would get cold, because a lot less heat could get in there, and yeah. But yeah, now it's not like that, obviously. Oh, goodness me. Yeah, so when I'm done this video, I'm gonna get off my butt and get some more cleaning done. It won't take long. The longest it takes the longest is doing the dishes, of course. And then I'm having to stand there in one spot, which is hard on my back, but thankfully I got the counter I can lean on, and I do have a little footstool so I can prop a foot up, which does help with this. It does help with the back when you're standing for long periods of time, to elevate one foot. I used to think that was silly, but no, it definitely works. And when you've got a bad back, yeah, you find ways to cut down on back pain. Yeah. But I do have pain meds if I need them. And so far, I'm also so used to, like, in high school, I was allergic to anything and everything, like, over the counter. Like, anything that you could get off the shelf in the pharmacy, I was allergic to. Ooh, pretty much. Except for allergy pills. Like, anything pain-wise, pain relief, all of that stuff, I was allergic to. It really sucked, because, yeah, I couldn't, unless it was by prescription from like a doctor's prescription, I couldn't use it. I would just break out, and it sucked royally. But what doesn't suck royally is I am done this section. Yay! Look at that! The biker chick with her pretty face. All done. And her big poofy hair all wind blown. There we go. Yeah, from a distance. Oh my goodness. Oh, yeah. From a distance, yeah, she looks pretty cool. Not that much detail on the eyes. You can just barely see the nose here and then the mouth. Yeah. But she's looking cute. I hope that's in there. See? The face, and she's got the goggles up there, and something fancy in her hair there, and there's a building over here. And, yay! So now I'm gonna take a picture and post that, and then tomorrow I'm gonna take a picture of. Wait, actually, no, I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna take a picture of each. Here's my bat. So yeah, I'm gonna take pictures of each of these. This is my progress. I gotta check the dates for when. Actually, I think today's the date. I think I was supposed to do one yesterday. I'm not on Facebook often enough to keep up with everything that's going on with the event. I'm not participating in any of the other extra stuff for the event. I did watch their live stream earlier. The two of them did do a live stream earlier, and I fell asleep during the live stream. That's not to say that the two of them are boring. They are far from boring. They're lots of fun to watch. They're hilarious to watch together. I enjoy watching both of their videos. And when when the two of them get together, oh my goodness, and they make it fun. And I think the reason why this event has so many people participating is because of the last two events that Mushy hosted. Because there was the one, there was last month's event, the Ho Ho Horrific December event. I tried to participate in that. I did a little bit with Cousin Bob. But then there was another event that she had done before that. I can't remember which month. I'd have to look back. I did do one video for that event to show, and Mushy, each day she gave us a task, cause had to have the painting all sectioned off, and it's like, okay, well, with this section you can only do this, and with this section the next day it's like, well, with this section you can only do that. And I can't remember what month it was. I know there's some of you out there that participated in the event and would remember that, and I think it's because her events were but when the two of them when they announced that they were collabing to do an event together, people are like, this is awesome. I'm participating. It's going to be so much fun. The last two were lots of fun. And Kristyn's subs are like, they had so much fun. It's going to be even more fun because we're going to have because Kristyn's going to be involved, and and I think what she mentioned in her Figure It Out Friday, I believe it's called. I did watch that. I watched that before getting on here. She assumed that it was only going to be like 40, 50 people, something like that, participating. Like 150, 200 people, something like that. Maybe even more now. I don't know. Participating, that's a lot of people. Honestly, I have not seen any event with that many people in it. But see, I haven't really been involved in events, and remember, I'm a very new channel still. I'm only almost a year old. I haven't done very many events, very few events. So all of this stuff is still pretty new to me. Still trying to wrap my head around a lot of things outside of diamond painting and whatnot. But I am having a blast participating in these events. Just with doing the diamond paintings. While I've got you here, let's have a look at this. This is the Dreamcatcher Wolf. I've done 3 sections already. This is the section here that I did by natural light, and yeah, it needs some cleaning of putty. Yeah. Oops. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to bump ya. So I'm thinking that something that I want to get and to use. I saw someone do it once in an ad, a diamond painting ad. Is a brush. Get a special, like a soft bristle brush, I guess. And you just you brush, do like a dry brush over the drills, and what it does is it cleans the any putty or wax that might get between the drills. It cleans it out. Because I've noticed, like, when I with my multi-placer, the more that I work with it, the dirtier, of course, the dirtier the putty gets from the drills, and then the dirty putty will come off, will separate and come off and will come off and stick to the drills. So yeah, I want to see about getting a toothbrush would take a really long time, but I guess a toothbrush would be handy to use. Could actually use a toothbrush as well. A clean, never been used toothbrush, and then I can just use it to, like, run it over each section after I've completed a section. And it would have to have, like, soft bristles because you don't want to damage the ABs. Or if you have fairy dust, you don't want to damage the fairy dust or like rhinestones or anything like that. So yeah, I've got a package of toothbrushes in the bathroom. I'll grab one and I think I'm going to start doing that. Yeah. But yeah, it's already coming along nicely. This is the Dreamcatcher wolf. I know my daughter's going to love it because it's a really pretty wolf. And I'm going to show you what I got, my progress with my Cookie Monster too. My grotesque Cookie Monster. Isn't he so gross? And yes, it's a square. I love the feel of the drills. So I do this a lot. It also helps me, like, in case a drill decides that it wants to relocate, tries to relocate. Yeah. So you can see, hopefully you can see. I got a fly done, and I got his one eye all done. And I'm working on his second eye. And yeah, I'm just doing, like, thin strips like this at a time. Yeah, so I've done quite a few thin strips already. I am using parchment paper to keep the majority of them covered. Oh, excuse me, because plastic just it gets in the way. With the larger canvases, plastic gets in the way. The same with the wolf. I'm using parchment paper, as you can see, parchment paper. So, and with using parchment paper, I am using, to cut the parchment paper, I use this box cutter blade. And I barely even have to, like, I don't even have to press. The weight of this alone is enough to cut the parchment paper. So I just use the ruler for a really nice straight line, and all I do is I just set it, slide it, and it's cut because of the weight of this. And this is one of my dad's, so I'm using that. I decided I'm not buying any blades, any knives from, I had a bunch on my Temu, in my Temu shopping list, and I removed them from my shopping list because, well, this works perfect. And it's going to last me for a very long time. And I know my dad's not going to ask for it back because he's got more. He's got at least two more of these box cutters. Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna go and get some stuff done around here. And until next time, see you in the next one.